Oh no. What's happening to me? Don't kick me! I'm delicate! Not really, but pretend I am. We failed that part of the quest. Listen, I couldn't do anything about it. Careful, careful, be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the warrant chamber. And for that, I need her breathing. You're back with us, I see. Delightful. So warrant is the... Okay, so this is the chamber where the document is held. You two-faced scum, you're the one behind this mayhem. How perceptive! I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We're in the anteroom of the warrant chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power, the sacred warrant of trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by a sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the sentinel. What is it? Inbred, is your blood too thin? I have no intentions of helping you. I'll help you as long as you spare my life. Will you let me join? We can take... Oh! Oh, you could do that! These two... Oh, I love this. I do. I love, 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 love it. Why are you doing this? Why? Because I'm following an order. What is happening on the ship right now has been in the making for a very long time. All that remains is to obtain what my master sent me for. The warrant of trade. What is it, inbred? Your blood too thin for the sentinel? On the contrary, the warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind. Von Valenkis. The sentinel refused to submit to me, but you can help. After all, isn't that what family's for? I have no intentions of helping you, asshole. I'm afraid that you, Tessera, have no choice in the matter. He produces a strange object, a blade without a handle that shimmers blue in the light. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing it. No, we're fighting the whole way through. Like, we're fighting this, y'all. We're not gonna give in to the void with you. Skill checks. Your character's skill... Oh, no. 65. Oh, I love the percentage. So good. Your character's skills affect the results of their actions. Okay. Fight the voice in your head. Get out. I am not... Okay. So the blade flashes in the dim light. Drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment, you feel nauseous. Your head is spinning. And then the quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. I'll find a way to make you pay for this, you feel. No, we're gonna fight the voice in your head. Get out. I'm not your puppet. Please let us pass. Yeah, we passed. Yay. The voices in your head persist in their demands, and yet you feel this unseen chorus momentarily waver under the strength of your resolve until the intruding influence forces you to your feet and pushes you towards the gate looming in the center of the chamber. No, we fought it though, and we succeeded. Girl. Tessera, no. Do we have any tech? 65%. Okay. In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator, a type of computer, with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automation created from a lobotomized human being. Oh my gosh. The sentinel turns its head to you. One of its eyes sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. I'm gonna examine it. It failed, unfortunately. You look over at the gate. There's a little chance that you will be able to discern anything about its design. Like any other sacred machine in the Imperium, its relic is a specialty of machine cult of the Adeptus. Oh, sorry. Adeptus Mechanicus. Sorry, I read and then stopped. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With the screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp, metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Vogtbur's wounded you with a blade did not go away. On the contrary, the source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. We're going to examine the sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you're used to. Copper-threaded stitches in its skin, the joints are replaced by metal hinges. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything so that the result of their work would serve much longer than the ordinary working automations. Look for anything that uses a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight. Look back. Did you forget something, Tessera? I suggest you hurry. This man. I'm gonna end, they're doing such a good job of making you just want to end this man. He's so condescendingly snide. This is so good. Place your hand in the sentinel's maw. Girl, I'm sorry. We fought it. Ugh. The sentinel's jaw clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear the humming as the servitor motors start up and the pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The sentinel's jaw remains closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened. Highest levels of caustic humors. The subject is in state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance? You do not understand where that quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the sentinel? The cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, yes, yeah. Who is this? You hear the voice again, and this time you realize that it's coming from two speakers built into the sentinel's shoulders. Genetic code identified, child of House von Valincus. Do you require assistance? You hear a displeased grunt in your mind as if the lurking entity had sent something that is not to its liking. Yes, traitor threatens my life and the safety of the warrant. I suppose this onset of the warp madness. No, yeah. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do you any real harm. Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol. Yeah, boys, we did it. That's so cool. This is so cool. Well, there's still another way. No, he left. Why couldn't he get blown up? Okay, check the warrant. The warrant chamber has opened the door. All right, let's check it. Enormous gates match the importance of the thing that they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy metal and look impregnable.
Follow my lead.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow, the paragon of humanity, walk bravely first into darkness, unite and reclaim what is theirs, to triumph over nightmares untold, to walk steadily in the road of thorns through pain and to greatness. What's happening? Who are you? The servo skull creaking gradually turns into comprehensible words. Escort the child to the house to safety. I need to contact someone, preferably Auntie. Vox cast frequency disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection. In place of the mechanical screeching, the servo skull's Vox projecting the voice of Theodora, disordered and ridden with static, yet recognizable beyond doubt. Vox Master, restore communication to the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head. Communication protocol breached, signaling latency unavailable, unable to establish two-way connection. Who are you? Who addressed me? Temporary obnubilation following the acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by. Are you the Warrant Sentinel? Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort to the child of the house and means of communicating with rogue trader subjects. Mobile unit standing by. I need a weapon. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Skull goes silent. Its relays clicking seconds after seconds pass. You realize that the servo skull will not answer you. All right, leave me away from here then. The middle and upper decks, assuming the probability of safe placement in the areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing received orders immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured. Okay. My dude, you do what you gotta do. I'm here. Am I supposed to leave? Okay. I assume you want me out. Okay. We're gonna seal the chamber. Undaunted by the enemies of humanity, for not one of them can prevail over the true servants of the Imperium. Ah! Oh! Isn't he a companion? Okay. Seneschal Abelard Wersarian has lost some of his former polish. His forehead is sweating. One of the sleeves of his coat is torn and soaked through with blood. Nonetheless, despite his heavy breathing, he stands firm and his gaze is demanding, albeit somewhat surprised. Mistress Tessera, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... He surveys the carnage around him, his brow, and he places a hand on his weapon. Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this? An arcane cybernetic artifact that encased the God Emperor's physical remains. Okay. So the master whispers he's the traitor. We parted ways on the officer's deck. He stunned me somehow, brought me here. Seneschal's eyes widen. What? He intended to take revenge on Theodora for an old grudge, become rogue traitor himself. He spoke about defiling the warrant with some ritual and serving the gods of the warp. Yeah. Serving gods of the warp. He's a heretic? Vogdvir, you void rat. Madness, and the mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt. He openly admitted that he's the mastermind behind the mutiny. Grox. Wait, what? A large, half-domesticated reptile. Okay. They're most commonly bred as livestock or beasts of burden. Grox seed. Then it is a small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal all passageways between decks was an attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. Now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you're alive and now safe, Mistress Tessera. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. He examines you critically. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. Oh, Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here, he hands you a weapon. I got a sniper rifle, gloves, and a Medikit. Okay, pause. We've paused. Good. After falling into a trap or receiving damage that exceeds 50% of their total wounds within one round, the character receives injuries. Injuries, okay. I promise you one day I'll actually sit down and read all of the tutorials. Okay, you received a new item. To open the inventory, press I. A Medikit can be used to replenish wounds and heal injuries. Okay. Medikit.
Not my specialty.
Okay. Are you all healed now? No. Wait. Question.
It's about
I can use this. Did that not? Use.
absolutely not.
You. Why won't you use it?
Your seneschal is always there for you.
I appreciate it. Equip that. Now. Wait. No. She supposedly used it, didn't she?
You shall prevail.
So what happens if I, like, equip it now?
I'll pass.
Really? You're gonna do this to me? Old wounds. An injury that was healed in time can be healed by a Medikit, but it will require an additional... Oh! So I have a question. Can you use it on her?
Let me help.
I stand.
Yeah, he can. Okay. There we go. I wasted a kit, but that's fine. Now I've learned.
Doubt is for the weak.
Yeah, doubt is for the weak, girl. You said it. All right. All right. So it looks like on top of it all, I have a armored body glove that I can equip. And then we've got a I forgot we were supposed to be snipers. A sniper rifle. All right. Now we're good. Abelard nods in satisfaction. That isn't a noticeable improvement, Tessera. Now you've been prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics, instigating the rabble to revolt, but that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although the strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and engineering bay was lost, so apart from scattered voxcast, we have no information to go on. And the whole place is coming down. By the way, y'all, I am back to recording, so this is definitely going to hit in the middle of an episode, but we did get to play some of this on stream, and I had an absolute blast. So I know a little bit of what's to come and some of like the introductions. The one thing that I did notice was that Owlcat on Steam has posted things that you can find that have been added into the beta as opposed to what we saw in the alpha. And what I personally didn't realize is when we played the alpha, I believe that was the start or startish of Act 2. So this is technically the prologue, which is why we're getting this really cool introduction to everybody and everything. And so far the prologue has just been awesome. But There's also a convictions system where you can kind of pick through basically your morality, and different companions will react differently to it, and just the world around you, which I'm actually really excited to dive into and just to see how all of the different ones play into it. So if you're somebody that's been around my channel for a while, you know I'm super into role playing and just kind of fleshing out a character as we go. However, because this is early access, I am going to take advantage of that, and I probably will be playing around with different moralities and everything like that, different options. So Tessera might not have one particular tone to her, if that makes sense, and that's more because I want to just kind of see where everything is, how different people react to certain things, how just the world around you does. So then that way, when full release comes, we kind of have a better idea of who we want to, or like what story I want to tell with our next character. So he said, but that is not the worst of all. He pauses when the light flickers yet again. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. In the worst case, they have already lost control of the process, and we all have precious few moments left to live. In the best case, if we manage to reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation, some aboard the vessel may yet survive. How did you find me? He tilts his head and looks at you with worry. You sent me a Vox message, specifically a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. Did you mean to say you did no such thing? I think the Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber. Warrant Sentinel. He looks at the servo skull floating next to you. The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. I did not see anything of the sort. The warrant chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that, whatever it is that you did, you must have activated a certain process and caused the Sentinel to awaken. Then why did none of this happen when Lady Theodora did the same? He frowns. I think that that's actually something to keep in like the back pocket kind of thing, information wise. It's really interesting that we got the Sentinel, but she didn't. And you have to wonder if there is going to be a bigger reason for it. I'm sure like this seems like one of those like little tidbits of information that doesn't seem like anything now. And then you're going to, learn something down the road, even like at the end of the game, and it's all going to like click and make sense. And I love storytelling like that. What's exactly wrong with the translation? I am no helmsman or God Emperor preserve me navigator. However, I have spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives. I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Geller field has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. And if we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the warp. Naturally, we will not have long to live in that scenario, but even so, I do not intend to resign myself to such an outcome just yet. I love that line. That last line of his is just everything. Like, I love this attitude, and it's so good because he's like, we might be at our end, but why would you give up now? Why? When there is always a chance that you make it out. So even if you know the end is, 99.99999% happening, just that fraction of making it out is worth fighting for. And I love somebody with that attitude. It's definitely gonna probably come in handy throughout the course of the game. I heard one of Theodora's Voxcasts. Lady Theodora's, which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course. What can we expect to find? During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in the course charting process, and for good reason. For the navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum has to be bathed in energies of the immaterium. Only a navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils, such as the loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death. Abelard does not bat an eye as he lists all the horrors that you're about to face. I am under no obligations to die of warp mutation. That's such a good one. All right. Navigator Sanctum, lead the way. Absolutely, Tessera. Let us proceed. A wave of static suddenly erupts from the servo skull, and you can make out Theodora's words through the noise. To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor. Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might destroy those who have dared. The Seneschal's eyes light up, and he smiles with grim determination. The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmissions and not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. And we fight.
Don't you dare to cross us.
Okay.
I'll turn you into corpse starch.
Oh, wow, that's something. Let's put you here. No. Yeah. And then Abelard. So this is something that I guess this is called technically zero start, where you can move people at the start of battle. I actually think that this is really nice, especially because, you know, turn-based, you kind of want the advantage whenever possible. No. No. Okay, let's spacebar through this like our lives depend on it. They keep hitting me. I set myself up, by the way, like I was, whoops, the stream character. Everybody's yelling at me. Why did I do that now? And honestly, I too am asking myself that same question. If it makes anybody feel better, though, it was. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna want to restart this? It was mainly because, yeah, yesterday when we streamed this, I picked a more of a melee character. Did you miss? He missed.
Someone else can do this.
Okay. So yeah, so that's, I literally just thought for a second there we were playing our other character. So we might need to start this fight over. Or we'll get to see what happens when you F up really badly. Isn't that fun? Okay. No, she's gonna die. Girl. Yeah. Attack of opportunities. Those are... Okay.
My ears are ringing.
Yeah, I know your ears are ringing, but can you do me a favor? Can you wipe all three of them out? Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay. Somebody lives. Okay. So he's here now, which will help. Okay, we dodged. He didn't. Okay. I need to move. Because I can't. I'm too close to shoot. You know what? Let's give him this. Okay. You dodged. Good. Okay. Love it. Now, can you please, I beg you, shoot. Single shot, actually. Oh, wait. Do we already know about them?
Already done.
Now, can you shoot them? Shoot him.
Suits my purpose.
Oh, thank you, Tessera. Thank you for not doing the boneheaded thing, and that is dying. Okay, good. Now, it's gonna be single no matter what. Unless, can't move him here. What is this? That's just a big old square. If I move him up 2, he'd hit it. I could do 2 back, I think, and that would still hit it. Right? So maybe I'll move him here.
A tactically sound approach.
Okay, now. Oh, no! So it is centered on him. Can I come one step forward now? Now do this. Yeah, we did it.
One fewer target.
I was kind of hoping it would swing and hit 2 at once, but it does not. Okay, now.
Pain and duty go
Yes,
hand
pain and duty. Okay, Tessera, honey. Honey, I need you to do me a favor. I didn't. Yes! Oh, you're so good with that sniper. Was that your sniper? I think so. That's just your ranged weapon. Yes, that was beautiful. That was... Oh, and you have the Deadeye shot. Okay. Now you. Just take him out. You just need to hit him.
You're back and
All right. We did it. And now we can level. Also, we got our health back. Okay.
Let's move.
We will. Girl, we're gonna move so fast. So we got precise attack, Against the target with the clue, target's cover efficiency will be decreased. Oh, that's interesting. Expose weakness or joint study. Until the adept's next turn, their allies' attacks are also removes clues, thus deal an additional. I think we'll go with precise attack to start, and then I need this. I love this skill tree, by the way. Like, it for me, in my brain, this 100% makes sense, so I'm really enjoying it. So this to solve decipher in other situations, tech use. Huh. Let's do logic. Yeah. No, wait, did I? Yeah, okay. I think that did it. Oh, I see. Okay. So you have to hit 2 summary, and then that gives you a summary of everything. Oh, okay. That makes sense now. So we're going to pick up. Oh, that's actually really nice. That way you can see, like, so if you're doing, so like in Kingmaker and, well, no, not Kingmaker, in Pathfinder Wrath, when you would like go through, like if you had a lot of ability points for something or something like that and you had to level up a lot, sometimes it got a little overwhelming because you could see the overview, but not necessarily. I really like this summary section. It really makes things make more sense. Perfect. So now this is part of the reputation system, which I think is going to be different from the conviction system. These are, I believe, the different factions that exist. So we've got factions, we've got basically morality, we've got all sorts of stuff coming in. So this is going to be a really interesting balance of everything. Who likes you? Who doesn't like you? Who likes the decisions you make? This biography. So when you rank up these convictions, you'll also apparently be getting potentially new abilities to go with it, which is kind of cool. And so these are the 3. Benevolentia is the belief in the value of human life and freedom, faith in the power of goodwill, and capable of overcoming the horrors and dangers of the universe without artificial prohibitions. The desire to seek a common language and compromise instead of uncompromising destruction. The Imperialis is the belief in the holiness and infallibility of the laws of the Imperium, adherence to the precepts of the God Emperor and the Holy Chosen Ones, carrying out his will to the unreasonable masses, hatred to the enemies of mankind, be they traitors, heretics, xenos, or servants of chaos. Hereticus is devotion to the corruption and taint of the warp, in the form of submission to the basest and darkest impulses of the soul, or as a consistent worship to the ancient gods of the Immaterium. I like it that there's an or there. So, interesting. And I kind of wonder if you'll be able to almost balance this, so you'll be like a perfect balance of them, or if that's going to be impossible because eventually you'll be locked out of certain things. Like, it'll be really interesting to see how that keeps going. Okay. Can you see his yet? So he's full rank Benevolentia, and I'm kind of curious to see like the other companions as we get them. But you probably would like to be upgraded. Let's do, so endure until the fighter's next turn, all incoming damage is reduced. Yes, let's do that because I have a feeling I'm gonna get him hurt a few times. Characters, talents, and deeds, sleeping, scaling walls, and swimming, or resist negative effects. You know what? Let's do that for now. Okay. And then, so he's got no, it's interesting that he too is like no reputation points. I wonder if everybody's coming in reputation free. And if this is going to be something that gets shared across everybody. All right. Also, can we loot? No, I don't want that. I want to loot. Yes, collecting trophies. Defeated enemies no longer need their things, but you can find valuable trophies among them. Click left mouse button on the enemy's body to inspect it. Not everything in this world is of significant value. Along the way, you will find many trophies that are hardly worthy of your attention. When inspecting the bodies and containers, you can click All to Cargoes button to pack unnecessary items to cargo and later use them to trade with different factions. Alternatively, move the found items to your inventory by clicking the All to Inventory button. So, I don't think I need a sword. I definitely don't need a pistol. And I don't think any one of us needs that because I'm guessing
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
Yes. Wait. Yeah, yours is better. Okay. Wait.
Your senator
Can I
is
see?
always there.
Because don't you have two? Oh, no, no, no. It's one. Okay. Yes. So we'll just move
They say a little bit of humility never
alt
hurts
cargo.
anyone. I help others better themselves by wholeheartedly humiliating them at every step.
So yeah, Tessera says that she helps people by wholeheartedly humiliating them at every possible step. That's my girl. This map is so cool. So here's the map of the Void Ship. It consists of several parts between which you can move. Some parts are not yet available, but over time your character will be able to visit them. Click left mouse button on the active part of the Void Ship to move there.